According to a survey, 10% of women never feel confident about their body or ability during sex, compared to just 3% of men. 40% of women said that the missionary position makes them feel the most confident, and 21% said that being on top, like the cowgirl position, makes them feel the least secure.
Oh.
Is there a sex position that makes you feel the most confident?
The mating press.
The what?
The mating press. So it's
The mating press.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I have a breeding kink, so this like the mating press makes
Which
me
is
horny.
making people pregnant.
The kink of making, yeah.
The idea of being someone.
The idea, yeah,
You're
more of
pretending.
the idea, because if not, I would have like dozens of infants. But the mating press is basically missionary,
Yeah.
except you put the legs on your partner on your shoulders.
Your own legs.
So you fold them like a cheap camping chair. And
What, the person you have sex
the person is laying down, you're
Yes.
on top of them, and they put their legs against you on your shoulders, so you fold them in half, which means they would look like this.
So their legs are up.
Exactly, folded in half. And then it's so nice.
Do you have sex with ventriloquist dummies? Who can do that?
Everybody. Oh, honestly, a lot of people can do it. You'd be surprised. Well, no, listen, with my weight on your legs, you would be able to do it.
Yeah, but that sounds
Because you push.
painful.
I don't think it is.
Oh.
Depending on how flexible you are, but I feel like because you don't have to crush them in half, like to fold them in half. You can stop around here. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to.
Oh, I see. So my feet are not like past my ears.
No, they are past mine though.
Oh, past your ears.
Yeah.
And you can be all the way over there.
Yeah, I can if I can. It's okay. If I can't, but I
Why
just
is
like
that? What does that have to do with breeding?
I don't know. It's called the make. Oh well, the idea is like the angle since your legs are in the air makes it easier for the cum to get to the destination. It helps the sperm going where it should go.
Down.
Yeah, down and deep.
And is that where the baby factory is? What's it called? There's a word for it that's better, isn't it?
Well, probably. That's how that's how
Amazing
you
press.
you push it deeper and deeper, and like that's how you make babies.
And that
Surely.
can go deeper than if you're just missionary.
Well, I feel like the angle changes. You go from missionary to like
Missionaries in,
yeah,
mating
mating
press is
presses
down.
down, yeah, a little bit down and deeper.
But
Follows the angle.
isn't the vagina G-spot up?
Yes, it is on the upper wall,
So,
but the G point and where you put your cum to have baby is not the same place, isn't it?
but
Because the
isn't
mating
that
press, the whole goal of
unfair?
it is unfair, but the whole
Why
goal of
is
the
the
mating press.
G-spot placed in places
But the
where
thing
you
is,
cannot
wait.
have babies?
No, the thing. Oh, I
Does
don't
that
know.
make sense by
Well,
logic?
our G point is
In the bottom.
placed in the bottom, and we can't have babies either.
So why is that? That's interesting, isn't it?
Well, you can like with the mating press, if you don't like stroke all the way inside, if you just do half strokes, you just hit on the G point very constantly. Because look, like missionary, I'm like this. Mating press, I'm like this.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? I hit right on it. If you don't do full strokes, if you do full strokes, you're gonna rub on it, but you're
then
not
what
gonna
happens
hit
when
on
you
it.
do full stroke, you go whoops.
Yeah, you go down. You have to angle differently. If you go like this and like in an upward motion, you're just gonna fuck up an upper wall, which is not really.
Oh, it now feels like it's like physics.
Yeah, it's we
just
getting
made it boring.
we made it too
just
technical.
made it boring.
No, but like, why do I like the mating press? Is because like when I'm crushing someone, they can't see my body and they can just focus on my face. And I also like the fact that no, don't be sad. Don't be sad.
You just went from being like,
I just like it that way. And also, it feels like a fucking hug. Like you're so close, and it's so like there is so much like I don't know how to explain
you're
it.
hugging the legs, right?
The legs and the person sometimes if they're like
Oh yeah, if you can.
if you can like they have their legs on your shoulders and your forehead to forehead. That shit is really hard, and they can't see my body, so that's a plus. But it's not why I like it the most, but it's one of the reasons.
Well,
Stop it. You made it so sad. You're like crying. Oh, it's so sad.
well, let's talk about it today. Let's talk
Okay.
about bodies and content.
Let's do it. I'm French Brutus. I'm an adult content creator.
You're a porn star. And
I'm
I'm
a adult content.
Sofie Hagen, a stand-up comedian.
I'm not a porn star.
That's.
I get paid to have sex on camera, but I'm not a porn star.
Do you do porn?
No, I do film sex.
What's the difference?
No performance. No acting. I know it's a form of porn. I'm not completely
I'm Sofie Hagen. I
obvious.
do comedic performance.
Fuck you. I don't do
I do
jokes.
comedic lectures.
Fucking hate you.
I do witty communication.
In front of people. Standing
people.
up. Standing up. No, but I know what I do is a form of porn. It's just the
And are
idea
you
that
a
people
star?
have of porn. What?
And are you a star?
I am a star. That's true.
So you're a porn star. Okay.
I'm an adult influencer.
That just sounds like you're not a child. That sounds like you're an influencer who's not a child.
I'm a
I'm
sexual...
also an adult influencer.
That's true. Okay, so I'm an adult... Okay, I'm a porn star. Fucking hell.
Thank you. And I haven't had sex since 2015.
And I have sex often, pretty
sure,
much
yeah.
whenever I want to.
Rub it in. Which you also do on camera.
I also do it on camera, but I do it off camera as well, sometimes.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to our podcast. That doesn't have a name. That mating press intro was awful. It was so technical and then so not technical. The baby factory, I was like, no, it has a name, but I have all the name in French.
Uterus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's the same in English. I've never done scientific.
What's it called in French?
Uterus. But you got called in the womb as well, innit?
Uterus.
The womb.
But I would not know what it's called in English.
You guys call it the womb. W-O-M-B, the womb.
Is that not the
The
same as the
passage,
uterus?
the passage to the uterus is called the womb.
Is the womb?
But you have the cervix.
Is the baby not in the womb?
Yes. Is the baby in the
So
womb?
it's not.
Is there a baby in the womb?
So the passage. No, the passage is the vagina, right?
Yeah, but then you have the cervix. And then, I shouldn't be as terrible as this as a
I
porn
shouldn't be
star.
terrible at this.
Because you own one. So
I
what the
have one.
fuck? Just look.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a mirror and we'll
Just go to the bathroom and come back with the
side.
size.
And I'll be like, okay, listen, this is what's happening. When did you feel the most confident during sex? What was your most confident fuck?
So I used to deflect people's attention from my body during sex. Like that's why I was very vocal. That's why I wanted people to focus on my face and the thing I was saying and doing, because I didn't want their attention to go to my body. And when I went to America to make a lot of content in LA, I've worked with that girl that was, to me, like the pinnacle of hotness, like a literal goddess. And I was, first of all, very surprised that she wanted to work with me. And she made it a point of showing me and telling me how hot my body was. And when I went on top of her, she pushed me away a little bit and she put her hands on my body. And she looked at me in so much, like with so much admiration. She was like, oh, he's so fucking hot. I was like, well, maybe I am. If she says it, maybe it's true. So that's when I felt the most confident in my body. I was like, oh shit, like I do not need to take people's attention away from my body, because people focus on my body most of the time. And when I post videos, I'm like, I look awful in this. And people are like, oh, your body's so fucking hot. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I've learned not to listen to myself ever. Good fucking advice. Do not listen to your mind. Your brain is lying to you. Yeah. So that was when I feel the most the way she touched me from my like chest to my fucking dad bod. And she looked so horny about it. I was like, wow. Like her body has that effect on me, and like my body has that effect on her. That's crazy.
But don't you think your body has that effect on everyone you have sex with?
I used to know. I thought that would like, which now that I'm talking about it, probably like 10 more therapy session. But I used to think my body is just there, but what they want is the way I fuck in my face.
But do you think that they just don't think about the body, or do you think
that's what I thought. I was like,
the
they just not ignore my body because they like other things.
But do you think they dislike your body?
Like I tried not to think about that. I was like, maybe they just don't care. That was my default. I was like, they probably like my face, like the way I talk and like the way I fuck, because I have great results, but they probably don't really care about my body. And when I went to America, like the women that I worked with made it a point to show me that they loved my body, and it made me feel so fucking good. I was like, oh, so they don't ignore it. They even love it. And it was like a just epiphany. Is that a word in English? Do you guys use it? Yeah, okay, that was that.
I'm not the go-to person to ask about
Very true, very true. It was my epiphany.
Epiphany?
Epiphany. What about you? When did you? No, wait, worse. When did you feel the least confident? Oh my god! Oh no!
I think that was when a colleague of mine, a comedian, fellow
Okay.
comedian, fellow witty performance artist.
Fuck off.
There was a Danish comedy gala. It was huge, like the annual comedy shows televised. It was very fancy. I was wearing a very fancy outfit. And this guy lived quite far away, so he'd asked if you could stay over at mine, and we'd always had a bit of a flirt going, and I was like, yes, please. And he wasn't like the hottest guy in the world, but I kind of like that. He was very funny and degrading, and that's sort of what I'm into.
Okay.
On a romantic level.
Okay.
You know, people who can roast.
Yeah, roast you, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, people who can tell me
Yeah,
to
yeah, no, I
fuck
get it,
off.
I get it. I
I'm
get
into
it.
that. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, thank you. Call me
Yeah.
on my bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so we'd always had like a fun flirt going on, and then we were in my bed, and we were drunk, and it was fun, and then I
Used the words.
I lowered myself, both my standards, but also my
I've lowered myself.
my body.
Quite literally.
And I began performing a blowjob.
You
on-
sucked his dick.
Yes.
Okay?
I inserted his penis.
No. Okay, we're working on this right now. You're gonna say, I sucked his dick.
I sucked on his penis.
I tasted his manhood. You don't use the word dick. It's not like I asked you to say cock, which is,
Is that worse?
I'm not,
Sucked his cock.
yeah, it sounds so posh. Like that's,
Fancy a bit of cock.
fancy of your cock in your minge. Fucking hate it.
This is why people don't have sex in this country.
Minge is my favorite word to describe a pussy ever. Do you know that English people say clouting as well?
Say what?
Clouting.
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 Clutching.
Said it's so French. Clouting.
Clouting.
Yeah, I've heard about that
Like
a week ago.
CLOTTING.
CLARTING.
Clotting.
Clouting, yeah.
About what?
It's about, that means fucking, apparently.
You're clotting.
I mean...
It sounds like clotting.
eh,
Like when your period blood gets all lumpy.
Clouting, you mean?
No, clotting.
I wouldn't say clout. Wait, is there a U? Oh, no, clout. It's a clout. It's a clouting. Yeah. It's a, yeah. I don't know why I put U's everywhere. Clouting. When you have a lot of clout.
When you get a lot of clout
when
from
you
sex.
when you get famous from fucking. Just like me. Sorry. So yeah. You were sucking his
I
dick.
gave him a blowjob.
No, you were sucking his dick.
I was sucking his dick.
Hey! That's a wrap. Thank you for watching.
And we've solved it. Anyways, I was doing my best, and I do believe at the time that I was good at it.
Quite.
Because I had
skilled.
asked for feedback every time I did it, and people gave me very honest feedback.
I love this because I do it as well.
I, was
I
like,
know
"Give
I'm
me
good.
notes."
But I might like, was it good?
No, I'm not even. I'm like, okay, listen, tell me everything. What did
I
I
want
do
to say.
right? What did I do
15-page
badly?
essay.
And people would be like, okay, so this bit of it was good, this bit of it was not so good. Or like one guy was like, it's probably the second best I've ever had. And I was like,
Hey.
that's very nice.
Nice.
Anyway, so I was good at it, is what I'm saying at this point. Anyways, he then said, hey, let's just be colleagues. Now, before this, we had been friends. So not only
Oh, wow,
Did
we
we
came down to
stop-
colleagues. Yeah.
the blowjob, but I was demoted.
To
From,
colleagues.
I wasn't even friend zoned, I was work zoned.
You were colleagues on.
I was colleagues.
I'm sorry, that's so. I'm not. Did you say, like, what happened after
What
that?
could I say?
What was
no.
what was the first word you said after that happened?
Probably, it was like, gosh, I was probably just like trying to be cool. Like,
Very.
you know what? I was just about to say it myself.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Your dick in my mouth.
I was just
I was about to say
that.
that tastes like a colleague.
I was
to be
like,
honest.
you know what? This isn't working out, is it? Yeah, let's just go to sleep separately.
So sorry. You guys didn't even cuddle afterwards? I know because you weren't even a friend anymore.
No, he wrapped himself in my duvet and
In your duvet. What a didn't even give you the
just-
duvet.
moved close to the wall. And I was like, okay.
Holy shit! Have you ever talked about that with him?
No, I don't think so.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, first of all.
He never had any success as a comedian, so that helps.
Oh yeah, that helps. Like, I
He
think
wasn't-
you're vindicative. Like, fuck him. Well, it's like what we can take for that story, that you stop immediately, which is very good, which doesn't always happen.
That I stopped immediately.
Yeah,
Obviously, I stopped immediately.
it's not obvious for everybody.
Why?
We have to give that message. That
Yeah.
he took back consent, and you were like, you didn't even hesitate, and that's
Of course not.
It's not good. It's normal, but
I mean, I felt privileged that he was
comfortable
trust-
enough to
that he
stop. Yeah,
trusted
that's the
me
thing.
enough.
Yeah.
to reject me so harshly
It could have
when my
been.
teeth were that close to his penis.
It could have been like, let's
could have been like-
let's be friends. Like, I'm not. I don't
you know how
want to
people,
ruin
when
our
people go into
friendship.
shock, they sometimes bite down. Like, brave.
would have
What a
been
brave
funny.
guy.
But like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It wasn't me, but I'm sorry. But like, yeah, I think it's a kind of for taking back the friendship just because of it, though. Like, you don't have to. But it's good that, like, if he was comfortable enough for you for him to communicate that to you, means you did something well, and you had that vibe about you, and that's pretty good.
Or maybe he just doesn't care about my feelings.
Or like, okay, I was trying to save
he's a
that situation and
Maybe
give it
he's
a
a
happy
sociopath.
ending. Like, you were so good at sucking dick and so comfortable. I was
Maybe-
like, maybe I can stop now.
He's like, this is the best I've ever had. I never need to do this again.
I have questions. Can I ask questions?
You can stop now because this is perfect. There's no way this can get better.
I think that's what happened.
You can ask me questions.
Because he knew he was going to get addicted to it.
Yeah,
So
he's
he was
like,
like,
I'm
let's
gonna
just
fall
stop
in love
now.
with you. I
That's
can't even be
probably,
friends with you.
if we interviewed him right now, that's what he would say. It was like, I knew from the first
Yeah.
suck, from the
But
first
I met my wife.
minute of suction that I met my wife, but I wasn't ready for that commitment.
Yeah,
And I couldn't be friend with her because her personality is too attractive.
I think
So
that's actually what he was
I
saying
took her
with
to
his
the
eyes.
colleague. Yeah. You read that? Yeah, there you go.
And that's
So we
why he hasn't
transformed your worst
Spoken to me
moment.
since.
Yeah. There you go. Are you happy about how we solutioned that?
I'm quite a fan of living in denial.
Denial is a river in Egypt, as they say on TikTok. Oh, if this podcast gets actually successful, people are going to listen back to this and they're going to be like, oh, that aged poorly. Anyways, when was the time I felt the least confident? It's the thing is, when I felt the least confident, it wasn't coming from someone else. It was always coming from me. Oh, no, that's not true.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, that's not true. I was supposed to work with that girl, American model, and we talked for a few months, and she even got fucking vaccinated to work with me. So she was really into it.
What, against like what, rabies?
No, it was back with COVID.
Oh, back when
And-
there was still COVID.
And she's
yeah.
American, so it wasn't an automatic
I see.
vaccination. So she got vaxxed, and 2 weeks before, like, she kind of ghosted me. And like 2 weeks after that, I was like, do you still want us to work together? And she was like, you gained weight recently, and I kind of like my men in shape. Because she was very weird about it. And I was like, oh, but did something happen? Did I do something because I want to learn from this and see what happens? She was like, no, you just gained weight, and like, I like my men more in shape. I was like, whoo, okay. And I was like, I didn't gain weight in 2 weeks. What's happening? And I got into that whole thing because I'm being body shamed quite often, because I think a lot of men seeing me have sex with like huge porn star and like being used to the 6'4", 12-inch penis, 6-pack men in porn see me and they're like,
Wait, you
what
have a
the fuck?
6'4", 5-inch penis.
What? No,
What?
no. They are used to like the
Comma.
like what? Well, how do you do a comma when you talk?
I don't know, but you
Okay,
should learn
sorry.
it.
They are used to a comma.
It's a 6'4",
The image of
comma,
a male.
guy who also has
There you go. Who has to have a horse cock. There you go. You made me mad now. Fucking hell. I have a donkey cock. and so when they see me, well, I still have a big dick. Okay?
So you're saying you're being body shamed by men?
Oh yeah.
That-
It's
who
never.
gives a shit. Do you
I don't.
give a
I
shit?
think they're just mad. No, it hurts me every time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I'm above this. It's not true. Every time I'm like, maybe they're right. And then I look at a video of me fucking. I'm like, no, I'm pretty good.
Do you know what my first thought was when you told me about that girl? I felt intense sadness for her. Imagine having such a sad life. That my instinct was just to think that whatever is holding her, like the idea that the way a body looks, especially when it's like such a small change from like whatever she wanted and whatever. That's so sad.
It was really hurtful because she saw me. She came to me to work with me. Like, she saw my body. She knows how I'm built. And then, like, from like this sudden change was so awful. But then she's a terrible person.
If you're hundreds of pounds fatter, that's not even the point. The point is that you're a really great person. You're very good at sex, I've heard, seen.
Thank you. That's true.
Witnessed.
That's a true statement. Witnessed. Was there in a room, filmed.
Read the reviews. And the fact that someone rejects someone based on something so, not just superficial, but something that is so clearly brainwashed into us from birth.
That's true.
I think it's pathetic. Immediately people are going to be like, what about preferences? I'm allowed to have and it's like, sure, whatever, who gives a shit? I know for a fact you can change your mind about what you're into.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have this idea that you're only into people who are skinny or thin or muscly or whatever it is, I know you can change it if you really wanted to. Like, you can do the work. And you can also choose to not do the work and just be okay with being someone who's conformed and who's just
That's the thing, yeah.
accepting of capitalist sexist standards.
Oh,
yeah.
That became very deep, and now I'm like,
no, it's not deep. It's just anger. It's just I think it's pathetic. I think it's sad.
It gets
I think
worse.
It says, oh my god.
Because then she attacks me, which is fine. Well, it's not fine, but
she attacked you.
Well, no, but like she was body shaming me, and then she was like, and also, I'm into safety, and the girl you work with looked like they have AIDS. I was like, wow, okay then.
What?
So he made the other statement way less worse. I was like, oh, okay, so you're just
a horrible
because
person.
my default would have been like, oh shit, did I gain weight? And would be like, you know what I mean? I go into that right away because I've been like not trained, but like conditioned. But like when she went with that outlandish statement, so mean, so ignorant, I was like, oh, we're fine. Oh, you're just terrible. We're okay. It's sad that that's what he took, but still.
At least you got someone waxed.
What do you mean, waxed?
Like a person like her in America.
Mm-hmm.
I just assume she wouldn't have gotten the vaccination.
Oh yeah, at least waxed. Yeah, okay. If you say
I said waxed.
Yeah, I was like, okay, maybe she waxed for me. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't get. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, at least I maybe saved an old person.
We both have such a
strong accent. We're like, wow, are you so good? We should have one English person right there saying like, no, she's saying vaxxed.
We're having two different conversations at all times.
Do you know that happened to me before? I was such a himbo. Like the girl was like, do you think I should get a himbo?
Himbo.
Bimbo with ba has a himbo.
Okay.
And the girl was like, do you think I should get vaxxed? And I didn't read it well. And I thought she'd say wax. I was like, I don't give a fuck. If you have hair on it, I'm going to eat it. I'm not a fucking boy. I'm a man. And she was like, I meant vaccination, you fucking idiot. I was like, oh. Oh no.
Like your go-to is like, I'm not a boy, I'm a man.
I want to fucking eat it, okay? No, I just want to get vaccinated after. That was so stupid of me. Oh, but I worked on like body confidence.
Yeah.
It's a tough road. Mm-hmm. It's difficult as someone who's perceived all the time. But like my go-to advice is don't listen to your brain. Your brain is lying to you. No, for real. Sometimes I post. That's a very hard word. Deliberately. Hey, why am I looking at you like you're gonna be like an English major? Deliberately post video when I think I look awful, just to see people's reaction, and it's always positive.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, you look so good in this. I'm like, oh wow. So either you're lying, or my brain is lying, but it's a lot of you lying at the same time. So should I believe all of you?
So where you go and ignore your brain. What I did like 10 years ago when I was in the pits of like, I hate myself and everything about my body, I traced the voice. I was like, where does this come from?
And you killed it.
And then I found out where it lived and I killed it. No, but I would be like, okay, so what's the message I'm giving myself? I was like, it is that fat is bad, thin is good. And I was like, right, where have I heard this? And then I went, okay, TV. Okay, so why was it on TV? Well, it was in an advert or whatever. Okay. Why? Okay, but that was because they wanted to sell me a product. Oh, okay, so who actually put this message on TV? some men in a room, right? Some men in an office were like, we need to sell this. What works best? Oh, it's if someone hates themselves. Good, let's make them hate themselves. I was like, okay, well, then that's not a fact. That's just some people in a room making this happen. Or it comes from my mother. Where did my mother learn it? TV, blah, blah, blah. So by tracing it back, I was like, all of this comes from like capitalism. It comes from a system that wants specifically women to feel bad about themselves so they can sell products and they can control them and they can make sure that, you know, women are too hungry or busy throwing up or trying to lose weight to get into politics or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And there was something that shifted in my head because it went from being, I always assumed it was a fact. Fat is bad. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I was like, oh, hang on, it's not a fact. It's an opinion.
It's like, a made-up idea by someone that I do not respect.
So I can choose to just not believe it. Yeah. And I can choose to believe that I look amazing. And then that becomes the truth. And I was like,
how can I do that? No, I feel like...
Well, I think it's about... Well, I don't know. I feel like it's very hard to ignore the voice in my brain because it keeps being there.
Yeah.
It keeps whispering, right? It's like...
Yeah, it's nagging at you. Yeah.
But I feel like having a chat with it, being like, okay, hey, what was that? What was that? And then it goes, oh, I just said you look fat. And then go, okay.
Where does it come from?
Why is that a bad thing? Oh, because it's bad being fat. Okay, is it though? Well, no. Like, let's have a chat. Let's go. Oh, yes.
That sounds like a debate you would have with a man. With a gym bro. The gym bro. What is fat? Oh, because...
An aggressive conversation. And like... But then I go like, oh, I try to have compassion. Be like, do you know what? You... Like, because what your brain is always doing, even though it sometimes does it awfully, is it will always just try and keep you safe. So you learned at one point that, hey, if you're fat, that is a bad thing, and then people will be very mean to you, and you won't be attractive, and you'll be unlovable, and you'll die alone.
Oh, Jesus.
So your brain thinks that if it just tells you, you look fat, this is a bad thing, then you are warned, and then you're ready for like fat shaming or whatever. Or it thinks like, oh, if you just know, then you can lose weight and everything will be fine. So sometimes you have to sort of become the parent of the voice and be like, hey, I know that you're doing this because you want to protect me. But we know better now, and actually, everything's absolutely fine. Yeah. I don't even need your help anymore, because I look amazing. And then, you know, give it some comfort. Like, it's just it's not trying to hurt you.
So I have to have a conversation with myself.
Well,
I'm quite the cunt, so I don't know if I want that.
Oh,
you asked. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm much better at screaming at mine. Like, I'm not saying I can do this perfectly. I'm just saying that is what I should be doing.
No, it's not something I've never done. But also, it's where I feel like it's easier for men, to be honest. Like, we haven't been conditioned as much as like you have to be thin to be successful at all, like compared to women. But yeah, I've tried doing that. I'm still trying. I'm not doing it really well, but I'm still trying.
What is so strange to me, and I imagine to a lot of people, is like, not only do you sleep with these incredible looking women.
They look so good. They're gonna get me horny. I'm like, yeah, let me remember if you mean.
But you do it on camera. And like, I think a lot of people, this is the saddest thing, I've seen a lot of social media posts where people have been like, oh, I know you don't want anyone to take your photo this Christmas, but please do, because people want to see how you look in photos. And I was just reminded of how many people don't even ever want to be in a photo.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, what you're doing is so the opposite of that, right? And like, in a way, what I do is the opposite, because like, I'm also all over like videos of having sex in them. But I've had, you know, last May I did a nude photo shoot on a rooftop in Brooklyn. You
did?
Yeah. Completely nude. Oh yeah, it's on the internet. Like, it's not.
My
it's not even like a secret.
My internet history is about to go boom.
And that was wild. And at one point and the whole point was, this is a New York photographer who's called Substantia Jones, and it's like a bucket list thing. Like, she's taken pictures of all fat activists, right? She takes mostly just nude photos of fat people, and it's beautiful. And she has this like 16-page contract you have to sign, which is just like you need to know, like once this photo is out,
It's out.
like it's on the internet forever. Like you really need to know what you're getting yourself into. And then I was like naked on this rooftop, and there was something so freeing about it. And I was just like, well, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. Like, there's nothing left, right? There's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
to hide.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I can't do anything, you know. Like, I lived my whole life, you know, trying in some way to, like, cover it up and, like, hide it in, you know, angles. And someone else is holding the camera and I'm naked. And at one point I went, she was like, oh, yeah, go to because we're on this, I think it was, like, on the first floor, like, the second floor of this building in Brooklyn. So we had, like, the Manhattan skyline in
Beautiful.
front of us. And the sun was about to set. It was so beautiful. And then she was like, right, go to the edge where there was like this fence around. So I was like, I went to the edge and she was like, take your arms out. So I was like, my arms out, like, I'm the king of the world.
Yeah.
And then I looked down, and on the wall of the building was like a like a cinema wall. So like it was like an outdoor cinema.
Yeah.
And about, I don't know, 60 to 100 cars all waiting for a movie to start. And then all they saw was me butt naked.
For free.
Standing for free.
Wow.
Like arms
Master
out.
bag.
On top of this building, like right above where the movie was going to play. And I was just like, well, that's it. I was just like, this is it.
Yeah. Well, see, I admire that because I wouldn't be capable of doing that.
But you do so much more.
It's different.
Why is it different?
To me, a video, my skills can outshine the way I look. That's how I see it. I'm like, the thing I'm doing to that woman and the way she reacts to me is so good that people are not really going to look at me. But I can't have that with a photo shoot, which is why I've never done a photo shoot before.
But then what about when you do solo stuff? When you...
Oh, that's true. Well, usually when I look at myself, I don't like it. My solo videos, I usually don't look
Is that skill?
Or I just control the angles to such a degree that I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable being seen that way, being perceived that way. My solos to me was very hard to watch. I'm like, look at that fucking face. I look so
Do you not
dumb.
like your face?
I just like my
What
face.
is it about your body that you don't like?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Sometimes I don't like the proportion between my shoulders and my hips. I have hip dips.
Proportion between your shoulders and your hips.
I grew up. I was conditioned into thinking like the V shape was what you had to aspire to, and I have large hips.
Oh.
So I don't like the fact that it does this and not this. Like it's not. I'm not V shaped. I'm like I would love to be V shaped.
Okay.
Which is why I'm working on my back so much.
Oh, so you're trying to make your shoulders
Yeah,
bigger.
My back bigger. Yeah, my lats. Sorry, I don't know. It's I know I sound.
No, I
fucking
don't.
insane.
No. I just don't know the. I think my thing has just always been fatness. So every other beauty standard, I've just been like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So I actually don't know the things that you're meant to.
Yeah, well, you like and I think growing up now is even worse because you grew up watching all those Marvel movies with like Chris Hemsworth. That is obviously on steroids, by the way. But then he's like, yeah, you can do that if you do a few push-ups a day. Like if you work at 5 hours a day, you're gonna be like me. And you're like 12 and you see that and you're like, oh shit, I can do. And you're never that, so you never think you're good enough.
So who are you trying to look hot
like?
for? No.
Oh, okay.
Who are you trying to look hot for?
Myself, because people already find me hot. Me hot, but it's a never-ending battle. I don't think I would never look good enough for myself.
When you think of men you find attractive, how do they look? Do you also find that type of body attractive yourself?
To me, the perfect body would be Henry Cavill.
Okay.
So,
is he muscly?
It's pretty muscly, but he's not too. Well, it depends on the role, but it's not too shredded.
Okay.
So, and I like that. I like it's like kind of V-shaped, but not too much.
Okay.
But I would like Henry Cavill, but a bit thicker.
Okay.
So, I mean, that would be but I don't know a man who has that. Maybe it doesn't exist. Well, an off-season Jason Momoa. Do you see what I'm talking about?
I mean, if Jason Momoa is your standard,
it's my goal. Not my standard, my goal. Oh shit.
But not even Jason Momoa looks like Jason Momoa.
That's very true.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
like something went wrong in the lab when they made Jason Momoa, because like that is.
Do you like Jason Momoa? You think?
I was actually a member of his fan club when I was 15. Not
But
even,
it was
I think I
famous
younger. I think
back
I was
then.
he was in Baywatch Hawaii,
I've never watched that.
and this was the back when fan clubs were like not digital.
So you met with people in a room to talk about Jason Momoa? Okay.
No. They send out, I think, I don't know how many times a year, a signed photo and like a typed letter with like a signature on.
From
like,
Jason
Thank
Momoa?
you for being part of my fan club.
Wow.
Of course, I threw it out. Like when I was like 18, I was like,
Maybe he's a fan.
some guy from from Baywatch Hawaii. Who's ever
That
going
was
to
a
care about that?
International sync symbol, like a god of a
But
man.
he was so young and tiny.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, tiny. It was still big back then. Like it was
not like that.
No, not like that, because now he's a unit, but back then he was still muscular. You could see
He
like
was still muscular.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Baywatch Hawaii.
not big for us means like muscly.
Yeah. But he was just like, he looked like a little
Yeah.
little child.
Like the love interest of a rom-com. He didn't look like a fucking
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be my goal physique, I would say.
But don't you think that is unrealistic?
Yeah.
Not necessarily for like so few people in the world. That would be like me saying, yeah, I think I can't even think of like a classic. I was about to say Pamela Anderson, but what, is she now like 60?
Yeah, she's still hot though.
Oh, she's still hot. Who's Carmen Electra? Oh my god, I'm so old.
Oh, come on. That's old fucking...
I know,
like
references. That's even old for me.
Yeah. That's like 2000s bad movies references. Lord.
Who?
No, Lord. I was just saying, Lord, you're very old. Like I was just contemplating your
Stoya.
old age. The porn star.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Oh, she's so hot.
Yeah,
And she's so good.
she's so cool.
Have you met her?
I met her.
Fucking hell.
I done a gig with her. A few days before she outed that porn star for being a rapist.
Yeah. I think it still works, which is another topic for
Of
another
course it
day.
does.
But yeah,
She's so
love
cool.
Stoya.
I think she had written a book or something, and she was reading an excerpt from there. That's like when I say I've worked with someone, I of course mean the boring type where you do things on a stage where when you say you work with someone.
Could have done other things. You missed out. You fumbled, actually.
So my weird thing is like I've worked a lot on learning to love my body.
It's like you've written a book about it.
It's almost as if I've written a book called
That I
Happy Fat,
didn't
which
read
is
as
an
well.
old-
I'm the worst friend.
You're
It's
the worst
awful.
friend ever.
Well, okay, not ever.
Anyways,
Wow, you didn't even. Okay,
but
but
I find it easy now to like myself and how I look, but still,
very envious.
I think just because I like me, that doesn't mean that they would. So I have this thing of like, I love how I look, but I
see,
doubt that anyone else would think
That's
so.
that's the difference between us. Like
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
the other person like down. I'm like, they're gonna like me. But now it's a battle with myself to like myself. Because I've been proven, as I say it, times and times again, that people like my body.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't. So it's about with myself.
Mine's the exact opposite.
Opposite, yeah. It's crazy.
But I also haven't had it proven time and time again.
So how would you, okay, I don't know if I can give you advice about how to get over the fact that people like your body. And you can help me like my body. Well, you already did with like, when fucking I keep hitting my...
But also, it's the same problem, isn't it? Because I'm also just someone else, right? So if I say, oh, but you look good, for you, that's like,
Yeah,
that
cool.
doesn't say anything about
Yeah, that's true.
your problem is you.
But you already helped me with the discussion that you had with yourself.
Yeah, have a chat with yourself.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if I want to get to know him that much. No, I'm just kidding. I'm good with introspection, just not about that topic at all. But for you, how did I? Because I used to not think that I used to be the same. I didn't like myself, and I didn't think people liked my body either. So what? The total package. But how did I even do that? Well, first of all, your brain is lying thing is a good start, but like your brain is good to yourself, so your brain is not lying.
But my brain is good at analyzing things and making them the worst option.
that's
So there's a lot of like, even if someone is like, "Oh my God, you're so hot," my brain is like, "Oh, look at them go with their lies." Or like,
But,
"Oh,
like,
he's just saying that." Or
you
like,
you tend to think you're a sincere person
yeah,
and you like yourself.
yeah.
So why wouldn't you be okay with somebody agreeing with you?
Well,
Gotcha,
first of all,
gotcha.
no,
No, you didn't get me,
I
cunt.
am not gotten. Because everyone's fat phobic to some extent. The whole like everyone, like everyone you speak to, are inherently fat phobic. Like even if they like how I look, they still have grown up in the same world as me, and it's taken me 10 years to like my body. So if other people haven't done that work, like the few people I've met where I believed that they actually found me attractive have had something where, like, they've either been like, "Oh yeah," I remember one, I became obsessed with him for years because he said this, because I was like, finally I found one. And he said that his dad had always said to him something like, "Oh, voluptuous women are like so hot," or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, so I've actually always found bigger girls attractive." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're like a unicorn. No one else is like this."
No, there are a lot of men like this.
But rarely in public. Like,
That's true.
They're the same types who are like, "Yeah, please don't tell anyone because."
That's fucking, yeah.
Or they will do it where it's sex, but they would never be seen with you because they don't want to be seen with someone who's fat. And then there's the other aspect of people who hate fat people so much so they make like what's it called?
Catfish accounts.
Well, that too, but also the games, the nightclub games of like what are they called? Catch a pig or something.
What?
So the idea is you have to go and dance with someone who's fat.
Okay.
And then as soon as you make them believe that you're into them, you like tell them that they're a fat piece of shit or something. Or you get them all
Nobody
the way.
does it. Nobody actually does that. Yes?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Then the joke is, ha ha ha, you actually thought this was a thing.
I thought it was only in American bully movies.
No, it's a
Oh,
thing.
that's so cool.
So it's like this inherent mistrust in people of like, oh.
Okay, but I get the everything you just said. But what we talked about is people finding you attractive.
Yeah.
And you went way ahead of that, like, oh, they don't want to be seen with me, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But what we talked about, inherently, is like people thinking you're attractive.
Yeah.
So even if they haven't made the work that you did, you can still trust them when they tell you you look good.
I mean, I think they should think I look good because I think I look good.
That's hard. I get it. I'm not like that at all. But like, I would love to be like, yeah, right. I love your body. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like,
I look at myself naked and I'm like, yeah.
that happens to me sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking at myself like, hey.
What part of your body is it that you don't like?
That I don't like.
Yeah.
My hips.
Your hips.
I
you
have
don't like
wide hips. Like sometimes, you know, the thing when girls want to wrap themselves around you with their legs.
Oh yeah.
I'm very wide for that.
Just find someone with longer legs. You problem isn't
Just
your
date a
hips,
girl
it's
who's
their
6'5", a
legs.
volleyball player, and you'll be fine. No,
The main problem is your 6'4" penis.
my 6'4" tatted
Your hips is
6'5"
the least of your problem.
my donkey cock is. No, like, yeah, that's like, I don't like my hips. That's like,
Okay.
I think the up, like, if you watch me there, like
From chest up.
chest up, I'm like from chest up to
Belly button.
dick to feet, I'm like
Dick to feet.
dick to feet, because I have nice legs. That's my thing.
Ah yeah.
I like my thighs and like my shoulders.
So dick to feet and chest up.
To cranium. Oh no, I don't even like my head, my skull.
You don't like this?
No, I have a fat skull.
A fat skull.
Yeah, my head shape is pretty it's pretty flat. You could put a bear on it and it wouldn't move.
That's practical.
That is practical, but it
I can do
doesn't.
that with my stomach. When I found out I could have like a can of Coke on my stomach.
Can you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Best.
Practical.
And my bra, I can have everything in there.
Okay.
I never needed to have a bag.
Treasures.
I have like my laptop, Madeleine McCann. I have loads of things hidden away.
So yeah, I don't like my hips about my body. My waist is too large. I think.
Okay. I'm going to give you a challenge now.
You're gonna give you what?
I'm going to give you a challenge.
Okay.
I want you to put your hands on your hip. Put your hands on your hip.
Okay.
Shake it to the side now.
Okay.
And I want you to touch your hips.
Okay.
Now.
I don't
Not like with 2 fingers. Like put your hands on your
I
hips.
am not flexible enough. Okay.
Well, to touch your hips, you can touch your hips. I can touch my hips.
Shoulder mobility is not really good.
Okay. And then you say, and you mean it. Say it with all the
With your
feelings.
chest.
Don't perform. Say, I'm so sorry, hips, that I have been so mean about you.
I don't mean it.
No, that's fine. Just say it.
Okay.
But don't say it in like a like.
That makes me laugh because I don't mean it. I'm so sorry, hips, that I was so mean to you.
I have amazing hips. Say it. Say it.
Okay. I have amazing hips. Though hips don't lie.
See, you're joking.
Okay. I'm joking. I'm deflecting. I have amazing hips.
I have sexy hips. Say it.
Pushing it.
Say it.
When it comes to the Dirty Talk episodes,
Say it.
Okay. I have sexy hips.
I love my hips. Say it.
Okay, I don't mean it. I love my hips.
Say it without saying you don't mean it.
I love my hips.
Say it again.
I love my hips. Cool.
If you keep saying that, at some point your brain is going to be like,
maybe I do love my hips.
yeah.
Good luck with that, but I will try.
Well done.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. So what's your challenge?
I think I'm fixed.
See, no. You're not fixed. Next time somebody tells you you're hard,
Yeah.
you tell your brain, hey, shut the fuck up. They mean it. You fucking idiot. Just like that. That tone of voice.
Can I do it with the French accent?
Of course.
You fucking idiot.
I don't sound like that. Oh my God. I don't fucking sound like that. But just say, like, they mean it. Just maybe if you think you're delusional about it, just believe it. Be a bit naive. For fuck's sake. Be
a therapist.
Be naive. Be like, yeah, they mean it.
Just stop thinking it and just believe the good.
Just be a dumb slut.
Just be a dumb slut. Just be a dumb slut.
Oh, it's a fun way of living. But yeah, just be like, take words at face value. Is that how they say in English?
Yes, I think so.
Take the word at face value. You're hard. Thank you. Wow.
Okay.
Can you do that at least once? Like your inner monologue when you say you're so hard, and you're gonna go, your inner monologue is gonna be French. It's gonna be like, ugh. It's gonna be exactly like, oh my God. And then you're gonna be like, no. He means it, you fucking idiot.
They think that I am hot.
They think I'm hot.
Because they are dumb.
No, because and like you're like, if my brain doubts it, he's the idiot because they mean it for sure. For sure. For sure.
For sure.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make you say a sentence then. Next time, say, wait, I don't have to say.
They think I'm hot.
Yeah, they think I'm hot. They mean it.
They think I have beautiful hips.
They fuck off. No, for real. They think I'm hot. They think I'm hot. I believe them.
All people think I'm hot.
The next time somebody gives you a compliment,
I'm sexy. Listen, this is
what
not
do you say usually when
this
people...
is not a bad. Okay, here, I'm gonna give myself a challenge on your behalf. Go to like the supermarket, right? Go grocery shopping, but grocery shop, assuming that everyone in that grocery shop is like, wow.
That's what I do. Every day.
That's what I'm thinking. I need to
when I'm walking down the street, like when I get a haircut or something, I'm like, I look good right now. Probably people think I look good.
So that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to go grocery
do
shopping.
that.
Thinking everyone.
What's your reaction to compliments usually? About what do you say? Do you deflect? Do you say right? Do you say I know?
I usually say I know.
Yeah, okay. What do you change that to? I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah.
Because you know, but you don't think they know. So be like, I believe you. Like
usually just go like, yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's you trusting yourself again and not them.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah. You're agreeing with yourself. You're not agreeing with them. And you don't think they believe it. So you have to be like, I believe you. And by saying that, just like my hips thing.
Yeah, it's true.
By saying that enough time, then you're going to start believing people because they probably mean it.
I believe you.
I believe in your words, gentlemen.
What if it's just like a man in a van being like, hey, oh, you're fucking hot. I'll be like, listen,
I believe you.
stop the car.
I
believe in you.
I'll get in. Right now,
Let me get into the van. This is great. This is my challenge. Get into the van.
Why did you take something so wholesome and made it into a fucking crime? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you so much to people for listening.
Thank you for listening to this. It must have been painful to listen to, I think.
You think?
I think
it's what you're saying is it's been painful to...
For me, it's been painful to be that vulnerable, but like, I feel like a lot of people are going to listen to it and be like, I think the same thing about myself, because we are two very differerent on that matter. So we're going to touch many people.
If there's anyone listening being like, everyone thinks I'm hot and I think I'm hot, go fuck yourself, mate. Just go fuck
Don't
yourself.
listen to this. It's not for you.
We're not for you. We're not for you. Go have fun.
Do you think people like that exist?
Yeah.
I've never met one.
Yeah, me neither, I think.
Okay, there we go. So if you are that person, just email us so we block you on everything.
Give us your secrets.
So we can tell you to fuck off.
Meet you.
No, we don't. I just want to hate you.
Dissect your brain.
From the dark. Go ahead.
I am on Instagram. If you Google Sofie Hagen, which is SOFIEHAGEN.
You see that nude shirt in Brooklyn.
Yeah, my nude photo is on my Instagram. Probably a few scrolls. I mean, it's blocked out because it's Instagram.
Oh.
You can also see it on Addy Positivity. So ADI Positivity. I think it's .com or .org or something. The website. You can see it without the blur. I put loads of underwear photos on Instagram. And because I'm fat, they don't see it as sexual.
That's cool. Okay.
Smart, isn't it? Mm. I have another podcast called Bad People, which is a true crime podcast. And I have a newsletter as well.
Okay, my turn. If you Google my name, you would definitely see me naked, first page. If you want to see me naked, go to OnlyFans at French Brutus or Twitter at French Brutus. If you want to see who I am, go to TikTok at French Brutus 5 and my Instagram, which is thefrenchie_1. And you'll see me as I am. And you can tell me you like my hips.
Yeah, go tell.
Maybe I'll believe you.
Tell French Brutus that you like his hips. No, but that's not the.
I know.
I believe that they do.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Maybe it's because nobody has ever said that before.
Oh, actually, yeah. Let's all hype the
my hips.
Hashtag hype the hips.
Okay. Call me Shakira.
We're gonna start a hashtag. Hashtag hype the hips.
Hype the hips. It's very easy to say. Easy on the
hype
tongue.
The hips.
Hype the hips. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for listening.
And if you actually listen, if like you talk about it to a friend, maybe we do it again. Maybe we.
You're making it like a hostage situation.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we get in the fucking room again and talk to each other for a while.
Only if you use the hashtag hype the hips, will we make another episode.
That's the only condition. Thank you for listening to us. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir.